so welcome back to my channel, you guys. I have an exciting video. It's a little bit different, so I want to go ahead and show you guys how to get ashy free makeup. I know it sounds a little bit funny, but honestly, you guys, I know a lot of people struggle with it. I used to struggle with it before, and I just want to go ahead and show you guys my tips and tricks, because I used to go ahead and do my makeup and walk outside and I realized it looked ashy, and I was like, I thought it looked cute. What's going on here? So with that being said, you guys, if you want to stick around and learn a few things or two, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so I already went ahead and color corrected my face. So my first tip to avoid ashy foundation is to go ahead and use a darker foundation. And what I mean by this is, if you're going to go ahead and color correct and contour and highlight and all that good stuff, you want to go ahead and use a darker foundation, because by the time you're done, your face is going to look a whole lot lighter than it did when you first started. So my darker foundation is the Nars Radiant Longwear foundation in the shade Marquises, and my skin tone foundation is a Maybelline Fit Me Warm Coconut foundation. These two, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this one's a little bit darker than this one right here. So let me go ahead and apply a little bit of this onto my skin. So one thing I forgot to mention, you guys, is if you're going to go a little bit darker with your foundation, make sure you go 1 to 2 shades darker. I'm not saying go ahead and look orange or red or anything like that. 1 to 2 shades should be a little bit fine, because you guys can tell this is a little bit darker than my skin tone right here. But once I contour and highlight, everything will look a little bit better. Okay, so moving on to concealer, I feel like this part is so important. I don't think people realize. Make sure your concealer is 1 to 2 shades lighter. Not make it 3 to 4 or 5 to 6, because it's gonna look ashy no matter what you do. I keep it around 1 or 2 just for my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Cafe. And what I'm gonna do is this trick I learned from Shalom Black on YouTube and Instagram. She said with your concealer, you wanna make sure you keep it just in this region right here, because if you go ahead and drag it out, it's gonna look ashy. And honestly, that is so true, because back then I would go ahead and do my foundation, everything looked really good, and once I go ahead and conceal and all that good stuff, it just looks so light and ashy. So I never understood why, but with this trick it really does help. So what I do is I go ahead and apply it just about here. I usually stop right here, so I'm just keeping it right here, you guys, just in this region, some above my lip and on my chin, of course. And as I blend, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it in the same place. I'm not going to take it out. Just blend right in place. And once I get towards the outer corner, I go ahead and take the butt of the beauty blender and just blend it out. I don't know why, but it just blends it really well for the outer corner. And I just go ahead and keep blending. Okay, so moving on to powder, it is very important that whatever powder you're using is actually translucent. A lot of powders out there claim that they're translucent or that they don't leave any white cast on the face, but when you go ahead and use it, it always leaves a white cast. So it's really important that your powder doesn't. My favorite at the moment is a Milani translucent banana powder. This one is so good, you guys. I am obsessed. So let me go ahead and apply it on my face, and I do the same trick that I do with my concealer. I go ahead and leave it in this region right here. I don't take it out anywhere else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of powder onto the sponge. I'm just gonna press it into the skin first, but what I'm not gonna do is take it out in this region right here. I'm not gonna take it out anywhere else. I'm just gonna keep it in the center of my face. And I really love it because it does highlight the area, but it doesn't look ashy whatsoever. So I go ahead and press it first, then I go ahead and bake on top. Okay, so time to remove all the powder off my face. I'm gonna go ahead and use my e.l.f. blush brush. So everything looks really nice and highlighted, but it doesn't look ashy, so I'm really happy. To set my face, I'm going to go ahead and use my Studio MAC powder in the shade NW45. So what I really love about this powder, you guys, is it brings a lot of color back into my face, because you know after you bake and highlight, you lose a little bit of color, but with this, it brings a whole lot back into my face. So moving on to bronzer, you guys, because we use a darker foundation, we really don't need to bronze. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and use my Anastasia Mahogany bronzer and just apply a little bit of that to the perimeter of my face. I honestly don't need it, but at the same time, I always have to apply bronzer. So moving on to the last step, I always go ahead and set my face with a setting spray. Today I'm going to go ahead and use my MAC Prep and Prime, and this, you guys, is so good. I don't know why I waited so long to go ahead and use it, but let me shake it up first. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. Okay, so I do hope you guys learned a thing or two. This was really easy and fast, but I know a lot of people out there struggle with it. I know I used to struggle with this, so I really do hope you guys learned something. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys like and subscribe on your way out, and I think that's about it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one.